utilize his underhook to send me this way. This is bad for me. Pinning his wrist down for the Kimura. So with this little hole, I'm gonna bring my knee through. There, push, and bend that into the ground. Hello, I am Ben Dyson. I'm here with Zach Clancy. We are at Kuzushi Grappling, which is located downtown Vancouver. Going to be going through some of my favorite positions and stuff we've been working on, just to give you a taste of what it is we do here at Kuzushi Grappling. All right, the first position we're going to get into, okay, is when I'm in this half guard, okay, and my opponent is going to start looking for an underhook. Okay, when Zaki gets an underhook here, I don't want him to be able to build up onto his elbow. When he starts building up onto his elbow, he's going to be able to utilize his underhook to send me this way. This is bad for me, okay? He's going to start coming up, so on and so forth. So when this underhook comes in, I do want to worry about the whizzer, but I want to kill that before that like push forward happens. So before Zaki's able to scoop me forward, okay, I'm going to clamp my elbow down and turn towards his hips here in order to compress him. This is going to enable me to switch my hips by bringing my elbow across, pinning his wrist down for the Kimura, okay? Once I'm able to connect my Kimura, okay? Regular Kimura grip, wrist and my own wrist here, okay? I'm going to propel myself into the space in this direction. I can base out on my head if I like. My whole aim as I do this is to clear this leg that's stuck in the half guard. My Kimura, I often think of it like a kind of like a fail-safe. Like if I lose the position or a scramble starts happening, then at least I've got the Kimura to like try and get an attack going, even if it doesn't go completely to plan. Okay? So once I have it connected, I'm going to propel myself into the space in this direction. Quite often, Zaki, especially if it's sticky and not sweaty, will hold on to my foot here. Okay? Now, by holding onto my foot, I still have one leg free, okay, and I'm just going to use that foot to clear his leg. I don't want to go too fast in this position, and I certainly don't want to go down onto my back, because this will invite the scramble. I want to turn my chest into his tricep here, and I want to push this arm completely across. Because Zaki's main method of escape here is to turn into me and pull this elbow up. You see what he's doing here? He's pushing this hand. Turn Zaki as he comes up. He's going to be using that to pull that up and clear, and I'm left in a bad position here. So I want to be pushing this across. Now, like regular Kimura trap position, okay, the first thing that we're going to be going through from this position is a back take. Okay, so when Zaki, I know Zaki has to turn into me here, I know it. So when he does, it creates this little hole here, okay? So with this little hole, I'm going to bring my knee through there, okay? Once my knee's through, my top hook's going to come over. Once I have the top hook, I'm going to circle Zaki's head in. This is going to allow me, by using the top hook and the head, to stretch Zaki out. When I stretch him out, I'm going to create space for my other hook to come in. Guys, I don't want to make the mistake here of pulling Zaki all the way over to this side with hooks, because that's inviting him to start his escape, getting his back to the mat. Okay, you can look at that from this different angle here if you come. So, what I don't want to do when I'm here, so yeah, I bring the knee in, I do what I'm supposed to do. Knee in, top hook, collect the head, use my hips, push my hips through to stretch him out and turn him over, okay, to put my secondary hook in. I don't want to carry on this motion, okay, here, because my head's on the wrong side. Zaki's then going to use the floor in order to start escaping. So, what I always want to aim to do in that position is start collecting the body triangle, okay? So Zaki here, he turns, I know he's going to turn that way. The knee goes in, the wedge goes in here, the top hook goes in. I then circle Zaki's head, I start using my hips, okay, to turn him over, and then ideally, from this position, I'll bring this heel all the way across, and I'll go straight into the body triangle. Once I have the body triangle secured, I can then start digging underhooks and getting in a proper position, okay, in order to finish. Second option we're going to do from this, this kind of Kimura trap position, all right? Again, Zaki's coming up with that underhook. I want to kill it, Okay, see I'm also based out on my hands here. You do need to be a little bit careful of this arm, okay, because it can get trapped into this kind of shoulder crunch position, okay? So just be a little bit careful. I like to keep it a little bit bent. As he goes with that underhook, I compress it, turn back towards his hips, push him down to the mat, okay, and switch my hips. From here, I can access the Kimura. Once I have the Kimura secured, I'm going to propel myself into the space. Chances are Zaki's going to hold onto my foot. I use my foot to clear. Now, quite often, I'd say my opponent here, he's already had his guard passed, okay? He's going to maybe think twice, if he's been controlled in this position, about trying to turn in. Usually, when people turn in, they do it as hard as they can immediately, and that's where I need to be ready for the wedge. But when Zaki's here, I need to think of another attack if he's not offering up, okay, the space in this direction. So this is where my judo triangle comes in, okay? For me, this is one of the most underused submissions in grappling, no-gi grappling, and in gi grappling. Okay, it's such a useful position in order to tie people up with as many submissions available. Okay, so we're going to have a look at them now. The arm pushed across. Now what I like to do, I'm aiming to get my top foot here. Okay, if I'm lying, oh remember, I'm lying on my side. I'm not laying on my back here. I'm turned towards Zaki. I'm always pushing the arm across. Okay? My heel is going to aim to dig inside here. So sometimes I have to give myself a little bit of space in my hips, and I'll throw this heel over the top here like this. Now, what I want to do really is secure the position. So I always try and cross my feet here, just so Zaki's arm's trapped in. Okay? It's all well and good. Sometimes we try and get the wrist straight away, but first of all, I really want to get the position. You'll know that you have the position correct because my thigh that's underneath his head, I want to pretty much try and create a pillow for Zak with the meat of my thigh. Okay? So his head's laying on a nice pillow of my thigh. We'll have a look at this a bit closer. So as I'm turned in there, I can get my thigh pillow ready. Okay? Shoot my hips out, bring my thigh pillow in, my heel comes over the top. If I can, I want to try and grab this, okay, here, but just to consolidate the position, I can cross my feet here. Once I cross my feet, then I'm going to look to try and access this wrist. Guys, once I get this wrist, okay, this is where the choke starts getting tight, okay? So once I've got the wrist, I'm going to extend my top leg away. Look at the direction of my hips here. They're pretty much pointing down here like this. People struggle with this technique usually when their hips are like pointed up to the ceiling, okay? When I'm here, I'm going to extend my leg away, pull it back sharply, and the thigh pillow, okay, I'm going to lock up behind the crook of that knee there, making a nice tight triangle, okay? Now, once I have this triangle secured, I can sometimes get a finish. Does Zaki let me know if you're not all right in there? Yeah. Okay? I can often get a finish simply by pulling my heels into my butt, okay? And pulling, if I need to, sometimes pulling at the elbow, pulling across here. But sometimes it's difficult, okay? In this position to get a finish. Just like this and squeezing the triangle. But there's so many options, okay? So we're going to go through them now. Including how to finish the triangle when they're being resilient here. So the first thing that I'm going to do, okay, it's a nice bent arm here. I'm going to take this other arm out of commission just simply by holding my head, okay, so he can't connect his hands. Then I'm going to take a wrist grip here, okay, make sure the arm's nice and bent, and I'm going to start pushing this arm for the Kimura, okay. Second finish. All right, what I want to make Zaki's wrist kind of face me here like this, okay? Not this part of his wrist, this is like the top of his hand here, okay? When I see that, I'm going to place my palm around it, push his elbow into the ground there, and connect my secondary wrist as I push and I bend that into the ground, okay? Throw a gooseneck wrist lock. Watch this again. Here. I want to make it face, I want to look at it directly. Meat of my palm is going to come over, compress his elbow into the ground. Second wrist is going to come down, and I'm going to compress for that gooseneck. Okay? Now, let's get to finishing the triangle. So, Once I'm in this position, I'm going to maintain this underhook. I really want to keep this Kimura. The triangle and the Kimura, they go together. Okay, they're very much a get one, get the other type deal. Okay, so you should always be looking, when you have a triangle, you should be looking for a Kimura and vice versa. And this position is no different. Okay, what I'm going to aim to do, you all right in there, Zaki?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, okay. What I'm going to aim to do is to come up on this side of my leg. Okay, I'll show you what I mean here. So chances are I need something to push off of, but I still want to retain control of this arm. So I'm going to swim, and I'm going to keep control of this arm. Then I'm going to use this hand to come up here like this. Okay? Now here I have a clear, nice Kimura finish. Switching, rotating around, regular Kimura finish. But I want to finish the triangle. Okay? The choke's king, we all know that. Okay? I'm going to place my hands on the mat here, and I'm just going to walk them around while I'm sitting on Zaki's head. Okay? Is that you right in there?
Yeah.
Yep. So here, guys, putting my hands on the mat, then I'm going to use that stability to compress my butt into my heels. There. I'll show them in a complete flow now. So guys, if you want to see some more things that we're working on at Kuzushi Grappling, check out our Instagram handle at Kuzushi Grappling, or our website kuzushigrappling.com, and check out my Instagram page too at Dyson BJJ.